In this video, we will discuss about simple tissues. What is a tissue? A tissue is a group of cells having common origin and perform a common function. Common origin means in a plant body, the cells can be of two different types of origin. Either embryonic origin means which they are derived directly from meristematic cells, and secondary origins, cells that of secondary origin. Secondary origin means the cells which are derived from dedifferentiated primary tissues. Then common function means the each cells are assigned with different roles in a plant body. Say for example, parenchyma are generally meant for vegetative functions like photosynthesis, wound healing, formation of adventitious root, shoot, etc. Whereas sclerenchyma and collenchyma are for mechanical function, xylem for water conduction, whereas phloem for food conduction. So each type of tissue will have a specific function, and all the cells included in that tissue will be performing the same function. A plant is made up of different kinds of tissues, and the tissue can be differentiated or classified into two main groups depending upon the frequency of cell division. First group is meristematic tissue and the second group permanent tissues. The cells in meristematic tissue have the ability to undergo active cell division, whereas the permanent tissues, in the cells in permanent tissues, they do not generally divide further. And the permanent tissue is again divided into two, simple tissues and the second one complex tissue. Simple tissues means the tissues formed of cells similar in structure and function. Example for simple tissues are parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Whereas complex tissue, the second type, it composed of many different types of cells, means it consists of a group of living and dead cells. Xylem and phloem are the two different types of complex tissue found in a plant body. Xylem again consists of four different types of cell: tracheids, vessels, parenchyma and fibers. In this, parenchyma, xylem parenchyma is living, whereas all others are dead. And phloem again consists of four different types of constituents, both in living and dead form. The first type of simple tissue is parenchyma. Parenchyma is the major component within a plant organ. It is the most common type of plant cell. So if you take the section of any plant part and view it under the microscope, the major component or the most numbered type of cell in that organ will be parenchyma. It forms the ground tissue of a plant part. So it is like the background of any picture in which other elements are embedded. And coming to the features of parenchyma, it is a living cell. It consists of a living protoplast with all the organelle essential for a cell to conduct its metabolism. And it is isodiametric, means the cells are more or less similar in size. They are thin-walled. The wall material consists mainly of cellulose, and it has large vacuoles and is in polyhedral shape. Polyhedral shape means the shape which has more than 4 sides. So normally the parenchyma, as you can see in the diagram, have a rough, like a smooth hexagonal shape. And a characteristic feature of parenchyma is that it has the ability to resume meristematic activity. So the parenchyma cell is a matured cell, and it is differentiated as we just discuss, it has the characteristic features like it is isodiametric, thin-walled, large vacuoles, polyhedral shape, and they are assigned with some sort of vegetative functions. So once the cell become differentiated, that is fully matured, it will be in a non-dividing state. No daughter cells will be formed from this permanent cells. But if the circumstance demands, if it is essential for a plant to survive, the parenchyma can de-differentiate and become meristematic. So once it resumes its meristematic activity, it will divide and form daughter cells, and these daughter cells have the ability to re-differentiate into different other forms of cells, any type of cells that can be found in a plant body. And because of this ability to resume the meristematic activity, the parenchyma have important role in wound healing, regeneration, formation of adventitious root and shoot. So I hope you know what is wound healing in plant and regeneration, and about adventitious root and shoot means the root and shoot that are non-embryogenic in origin. Then this parenchyma cells, different types of parenchyma cells are there, and each one of them is concerned with different vegetative activities such as photosynthesis, storage and secretion. And the parenchyma cells can be also found in complex tissue as a part of complex tissue like xylem parenchyma and phloem parenchyma. And when these parenchyma cells are associated with xylem, it have role in transportation of water, whereas this phloem parenchyma it is concerned with the transport of food substances. Based upon the arrangement of cells in a parenchyma tissue can be divided into two: angular parenchyma and loose parenchyma. Angular parenchyma means the parenchyma cells which are compactly packed without intercellular space. In the diagram given here, the right side, the diagram which can be seen to the right side of yourself is the angular parenchyma. Actually, intercellular space is absent, and even if it is present, it will be very minute in size. And the left side, in the left side of the picture, it is the loose parenchyma. As the name indicates, the cells are loosely arranged so that the tissue have large intercellular space. Coming to classification of parenchyma, first type is prosenchyma. Prosenchyma is a little different from other parenchyma cells. The feature, the shape and the thickening of the wall, they differ from other parenchyma cells. So this prosenchymas, the cells are elongated and have tapering ends. Tapering ends means more or less pointed ends, and it is thick walled. So generally the parenchyma cells are thin walled, but prosenchyma is thick walled. So as it is thick walled, it is connected with mechanical support. So it have mechanical supporting role in a plant body, and it give protection to the plant body, and also have role in conduction. Second one is aerenchyma. Aerenchyma is an air storing parenchyma which is commonly found in hydrophytes like lotus, water lily. If you take the section of the petiole of hydrophytes and view it under microscope, you can see the aerenchyma. It is the prominent cell type of tissue which is found in the hydrophytes. So they have large intercellular space as shown in the diagram here, and the intercellular space helps in storing of air. Third type is chlorenchyma. Chlorenchyma is a type of parenchyma which contains numerous chloroplasts. Chloroplast, as you all know, is connected with the photosynthesis. So what will be the function of this chlorenchyma? It is specialized for photosynthesis. The chlorenchyma is also known as assimilatory parenchyma. The last type of parenchyma is storage parenchyma, which store the reserve food of the plant body. So if you take the section of some food storage plant parts such as tubers, we can see the cells have numerous reserve food materials in it. Say for example potato. If we take the section of potato and view it under the microscope, there will be lot of starch grains. So these starch grains are stored in parenchyma, which is the storage parenchyma. Again, if we take the section of some oil containing plant parts like that of seed or footprint of lemon, then in them this parenchyma cell consist of oil droplets. So this type of storing, reserve food storing parenchyma are known as storage parenchyma. So what are the functions of parenchyma? Storage of reserve food material, storage of water in case of succulents, that is xerophytes, air storage by aerenchyma. They serve as ground tissue in which other tissues are embedded. As I said, it is the major component of any plant part, so it appears as a background in which other tissues are embedded. And in xylem and phloem, they take part in food and water conduction. Second simple tissue is collenchyma. It is the living tissue which are meant for mechanical support, and they are normally found in young plant parts. So collenchyma is the mechanical tissue which gives support to young plant parts. Okay, so as the collenchyma are concerned with or connected with mechanical support, they will be thick-walled. And in collenchyma, it is the primary wall which is thickened by lignin deposition, and the cells are elongated. And it can be seen just below the epidermis, that is the hypodermis. So if we take the section of a dicot stem, and we can see there are patches of collenchyma in the hypodermis. So the young plant parts are able to bend without breaking, or the climbers can climb on their support without breaking. All these properties are due to the presence of collenchyma. The collenchyma is classified into 4 different types based on the thickening pattern of their wall. First one is lamellar or plate-like collenchyma. Here the thickening is in the tangential wall. So here in the diagram, I have marked the tangential wall and radial wall. So the horizontally placed, the walls which can be seen on the upper and lower side of a cell, it is the tangential wall, whereas the vertical walls, or the wall that can be seen to the right and left side of a cell, is the radial wall. So in plate-like or lamellar collenchyma, the thickening can be seen only on the tangential walls. Second type is angular collenchyma. Here the thickening can be seen at the corners of the cell. So if the suppose, just imagine the collenchyma is in hexagonal shape, so the thickening will be only at the 6 corners of that hexagon. Clear? And third one is lacunate collenchyma or lacunar collenchyma. Here the thickening is on the walls bordering the intercellular space. So between the cells there will be intercellular space. Normally an intercellular space is bordered by 4 or 5 different cells. So the part of these cells which border or which are in connection with the intercellular space, only that part will be thickened. Then fourth one is annular collenchyma. the cell walls are uniformly thickened. Means all the walls, both the tangential and radial wall will be thickened. As a result, the cell lumen will appear in circular outline. The third type of simple tissue is sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma is derived from the word scleros, which means hard. So, as the name indicates, the cells, they are hard because it have a tough and thick walls. Okay, and this tissue is also meant for mechanical support, but they are dead at maturity. Here, the secondary wall, it have both primary and secondary wall, and it is the secondary wall which is thickened due to high lignin deposition, and it is the chief mechanical tissue of mature plant parts. So the plant parts which have undergone secondary thickening, these plant parts receive mechanical support from sclerenchyma. And the sclerenchyma cells are divided into two categories, fibers and sclerites. So in this diagram, the elongated, the long spindle shaped cells are the fiber, and roughly round shape cell is the sclerite. So coming to fiber, it is the long spindle shaped slender cells, and they are grouped in strands. So grouped in strands means in a coir we know there are different cognate fiber. Numerous cognate fibers are grouped to form a coir. Just like that, inside a plant body, the fibers, they are not seen as a single element, but they are grouped together to form strands. And the fiber walls, the primary walls of fibers are not hydrated, so it is harder than that of collenchyma, whereas the secondary walls are hydrated and it have pits on them. Both simple and bordered pits can be seen in different types of fibers, but the number of pits are very low. And coming to types of fibers, it can be generally classified into two: ciliary fibers, also known as wood fibers, and extraciliary fibers or bast fibers. The ciliary fibers or wood fibers can again divided into two based on the type of pit present on the secondary wall. If the ciliary fibers have simple pit in their secondary wall, it is known as libriform fiber, and if the wall contains bordered pits, it's known as fiber tracheids. So the ciliary fibers have lignified cell wall, means there are lignin deposition on the cell walls, and sometimes the ciliary fibers contains numerous starch grains. So generally the function of a fiber is the mechanical support, but if it contains carbohydrates inside them, then it is also have the function of storage. Then the extraciliary fiber, second type of fiber is extraciliary fiber, also known as bast fibers, means all the fibers which are located outside to the xylem are grouped into extraciliary fibers. So the example are phloem fibers, means the fiber which is located in phloem. Then there is cortical fiber, which can be seen in cortex. Then there is perivascular fibers, and these fibers are seen on the periphery of stele, means in the innermost cortex. Then there are other types of fiber apart from the ciliary and extraciliary fibers. First one is surface fiber. Surface fibers are the fibers which are located in fruit wall and seed coat. Then the second one is septate fiber. Septate fiber means the phloem and xylem fibers with partition. So In this picture, you can see the septate fiber. The fiber have partition in between in the lumen, so that the fiber have compartmentalization. Then third one is gelatinous fiber. Gelatinous fiber cannot be considered as either ciliary or extraciliary. It consists of two secondary walls, a third layer of wall which is which is considered as the innermost secondary wall, and this wall is gelatinous in nature. So here the picture is the transverse section of gelatinous fiber, and the gelatinous layer is shown in black color. So if we take the section of a gelatinous fiber and view under microscope, this layer can be seen in more thickened form, and in this picture it is shown in black color. Fourth type is soft fibers. The fibers which are extracted from or isolated from dicots are known as soft fibers, and as the name indicates, they are soft in nature and it is flexible. Example of soft fibers are jute, linen and thread. So those soft fibers are the fibers which are normally used in textile industry. And last one is hard fibers, the fibers which are isolated from monocots. They are derived from monocot leaf. Okay, so they are also known as leaf fibers. And as the name indicates, it is hard and stiff, and the hardness is due to strong lignin deposition. So the hard fibers are used in paper industry. Sclerites is the second type of sclerenchyma. They are short cells and they have thick secondary wall. And the wall is thick due to heavy lignin deposits, and it is provided with numerous simple pits. So in fibers there were simple pit and bordered pit, but in sclerites only simple pit is present and it is numerous in number, unlike that of fiber in which the number of pits were very low. Types of sclerites. Sclerites can be classified into different types based on the size and shape of the cell. So first one is brachysclerites, also known as stone cells or grit cells. So they are roughly isodiametric cell or it is elongated. So the brachysclerites can either be isodiametric, means or roughly spherical, or they are elongated. Okay, and they can be seen in the fruit pulps of certain fruits like sapota, then pear, guava, etc. And this is the reason for the grittiness of these fruits. So grittiness means when we eat a sapota or the above said fruits, we will bite some hard, small hard substance. Okay, we feel that it's not smooth like that of a mango fruit. The pulp is not smooth as that of a mango, but there is a grittiness in these fruits, and most of the people enjoy that grittiness, and this is due to the presence of brachysclerites. Second type of sclerite is macrosclerites. The sclerites are elongated and rod-like cells. Osteosclerites means bone-shaped cells, and astrosclerites means star-shaped cells. The fifth type is trichosclerites. They are thin-walled sclerites and it resembles hair, and filiform sclerites are fiber-like sclerites. They are sclerites, but it resembles fiber in its structure. That's all about simple tissues. Simple tissues is a very important topic in examination point of view, because when we examine previous year question paper starting from essay to short answer questions, there will be lot of questions from this area. So study well, make sure you remember all the important points, and you also have to study the structure of different types of cells, because sometimes the questions will be, with the help of diagram, explain the different structure and function of simple tissues. So you have to draw the diagram, because there will be separate mark for diagram. So if you like the lecture, please do subscribe and support. Thank you.